For centuries, sailors have told stories about something massive moving beneath their ships. Not debris, not a whale, something large enough to darken the water, and sometimes they claimed it looked like a giant eye staring back at them. Most people dismissed it as sea legend, but the ocean has a way of turning legends into biology. Before modern sonar, before underwater cameras, before satellite tracking, the ocean was mostly guesswork. Whaling ships in the 1700s and 1800s spent months at sea. Crews lived with endless horizon in every direction. When something moved beneath the hull, there were no drones, no footage, just eyewitness accounts. And across different oceans, Atlantic, Pacific, southern waters, a strange pattern appeared in maritime logs and retellings. A massive shadow following the ship, sometimes just below the surface, sometimes deep enough to be seen only as a shifting darkness, and occasionally, an eye. Large, circular, watching. Beyond the accounts weren't identical, but they were similar. Sailors described a slow-moving shape beneath the hull, water bulging unnaturally, a pale circular form turning toward the ship. Some claimed it followed them for miles, not attacking, not surfacing, just tracking. In the days before widespread photography, these stories stayed stories, passed from crew to crew, told in ports, written in journals, and like many sea tales, they were dismissed as exaggeration until science caught up. Yes, in the 19th century, scientists debated whether giant squid even existed. They were considered myth, like krakens and sea monsters. Then carcasses began washing ashore, massive tentacles, beaks the size of dinner plates, eyes larger than a basketball. Today we know giant squid are real, and they possess the largest eyes in the animal kingdom, sometimes over 10 inches across. An eye that size, seen through shifting seawater, could easily appear enormous from above. Giant squid live in deep ocean environments, often thousands of feet below the surface. They are rarely seen alive. They are elusive, but they are not imaginary. Their massive eyes are designed to detect faint light in the deep. They can sense movement above them, and ships create enormous disturbances, vibration, sound, light. It's not impossible that a squid might rise toward that stimulus, especially at night, especially in certain feeding zones. But here's where it gets interesting. Giant squid are not known for casually trailing ships for miles. They are not typically surface followers, and most documented squid encounters involve brief sightings, not prolonged tracking. So why were there repeated sailor reports of something following beneath the hull? Was it a squid rising higher than usual? A whale seen from a strange angle? Light refraction bending the shape of a submerged body? Or were isolation, exhaustion, and the psychology of long voyages amplifying normal events into something more mysterious? At sea, perspective can play tricks on even experienced eyes. Months at sea alter perception. Limited sleep, monotony, stress, endless horizon. When a massive shadow moves beneath your only lifeline, your ship, the mind fills in details quickly. And when one sailor says, "Did you see that?" others start looking harder. Sometimes legends aren't lies. They're interpretations. Today, we've explored only a fraction of the deep ocean. Less than 5% has been directly observed. New species are discovered every year. Creatures once thought mythical, like the giant squid, are now documented fact. So when sailors described a giant eye beneath their ships, were they inventing monsters? Or were they witnessing rare glimpses of something that science would only confirm decades later? The ocean doesn't explain itself easily, and sometimes the line between legend and biology is thinner than we think. What do you think they were seeing beneath those ships?